It took me almost 3 years to get around to buying this toy.
And if you don't believe us, here's your proof. Yeah, this is kind of embarrassing to be honest.
Transformers Earthspark Deluxe Class Megatron, and however long it takes me to talk about it. Whew, Transformers Earthspark, anybody? Where do I even begin with this show? For as controversial as it was, Earthspark was definitely one of those shows that could have been incredible, but was just squandered for a majority of its existence.
Not that first season though, that was actually really good.
But unfortunately, somehow Hasbro transferred that squandered opportunity over onto their toys, with Earthspark being 99% slop and 1% of it being deluxe Soundwave levels of incredible. Deluxe Megatron is not a part of that 1%, however. Jeez, what happened here? Details and paint on Megs can only really be defined as fine, because any more would be too generous and any less would just be bullying. I mean, the dude is just average. There's nothing here on Megatron that is screaming interesting to me besides that alt mode, more on that later. But this robot mode is just... It doesn't feel good. I love how they lean more towards this IDW design when they did this version of Megatron, but when you're the guys who are given the short end of the stick to design gimmicky kids toys, there's not really much you can do, is there? Articulation's doing nothing to stand out, and once again, Hot Rod shoulders. Yeah, we wanted more of this, thanks Hasbro. And of course, every Megatron needs his fusion cannon, and this one's very odd looking. It's going for a more asymmetrical design as opposed to looking traditional, which is cool, but not when the piece you need to attach to is floppy as fuck. Do you want me to complain? Because all you're doing is adding fuel to the fire. Transformation's finally something I can actually compliment, because the way he converts uses a track system that goes straight through his body. Which, yeah, completely guts the possibility of a waist swivel, but I cannot remember the last time a Transformer had a transformation step like this. It's very refreshing. And with that, you get his vehicle mode being what I can only describe as a Cybertronian Osprey, which will always be awesome. And you'd think this was the first time they did an alt mode like this, but surprisingly, I kind of forgot about animated. And for a while, Hasbro did too. He feels solid as a brick in this mode too, so that floppiness from the robot mode is all but gone here. I've said this before, and I'll say it again, Hasbro needs to make their figures fun to play with in both modes. So while not terrible, Megs here is definitely far from perfect, and with there being a warrior class figure that people have said to be better than the deluxe here, it kind of makes you wonder how can Hasbro screw up something so simple. Maybe that's what I get for waiting for this thing to go on clearance for nearly 3 years. Sick joke. Cruel torment for taking this long. If that's the case, then I'm absolutely terrified for whenever I pick up Kingdom Inferno.